this up to over here. Oh, that don't work. Just gonna do it like this. Alright, well, I guess we'll leave it at that. Alright, so, busy day. I bought a music marketing course last night. I've just been going through it last night and I'm going through it now. I'm almost done with it, but I very much want to. It was actually interesting. I implemented the steps outlined in the course, and so when I did it, I added the new changes to the headlines, and it actually restricted. Then the way I wrote the ad is actually considered illegal in Russia, and that's where like all the impressions and amazing clicks and stuff. Well, not clicks, but just view counts were coming from. So I was like, this doesn't make sense. I'm not getting any views now that Russia's not in the picture anymore. It's like this doesn't make sense. How could everyone be this uncultured? So it's like, so that's a possibility, but that doesn't seem likely, right? Because that would mean no one would be listening to the Game of Thrones or Batman soundtracks or something. So something's off. But yeah, so I added more countries. I added a lot more countries. I chose not to change the ad because, what I really need is for people to actually like the video and then also subscribe to the Dragonflare Studios channel. So, and I already have more than enough data to show that basically 99% of all my traffic was coming from Russia anyway. So I was like, okay, well, they're not really doing much. I mean, they seem to like my music, which is great, but they don't do much else, which doesn't do me any good. So that's why I'm just leaving the restriction in there, and now I'm testing it out, and now I just gotta wait. And now I'm actually getting some more interesting data. So, but it's way too early to say. But so the good news is people still very much like it, outside of Russia. So, I just have to keep working it. And also, I just closed out my Twitter and Gab, like the Windows and my Chrome. I just don't want to engage with social media. Like I found out very late that yesterday was some kind of election in Virginia, and everyone's just like chattering about it. Man, I really just don't want to listen to that shit because I know it's all bullshit. On top of that, Trump's trying to take credit for Virginia. And it's like, yeah, a lot of people, even people who used to actually really support Trump, are also getting annoyed with it too. I know I'm very annoyed, right? So, it's just so frustrating. I can't believe that he really is our best option. And it's just, it's like, whatever, man. So, yeah. Oh, and then on top of that, so it turns out Saint Nick is going to be in New York starting this Friday or Saturday because he's got to drive here because obviously he's not allowed to fly. And he's going to be in New York all week. So technically I could actually go to the protest thing. The problem is if he actually goes into the restaurant to scream at people, that technically might actually be illegal. And I know for a fact that Antifa and the cops are going to be on everyone's ass. So that actually is, so now there's a slight, well not a slight, it's actually a conflicting thing because on one hand I want to go, but on the other hand I don't want to get arrested either. Because I know that there's going to be like fights and shit. Because the safe play would be to actually just have a protest outside and then just scream at everybody that goes in. The cops actually can't do anything about that. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to just see more details about it. Because if he's going to be here all week, I could probably watch like his first few protests just to see if he actually goes into the stores. Because if he's doing that, then I definitely cannot go. So, because I would like to show my support, but on the other hand, we got to keep it clean and legal. So, I mean, we'll see what Saint Nick, winds up doing. So. And then yeah, I could just feel Satan just trying to like fuck everything up right now. It's like because again, I was running the ads, then then Google says it's not eligible to run in Russia. Everything goes down to zero. It's like, oh, you don't have what it takes. Just don't bother. It's like I'm like, just shut the f up, Satan. Just go away. Just go away. You're not helping. So, but yeah, it's I definitely you definitely have to be a Christian or at least religious to handle any or overcome any problem because if you don't have any of that, you're just gonna lose. You're just gonna lose the demoralization and all your satanic thoughts that are just trying to tell you what a loser you are, you know? So anyway, let's take a look at this real quick, and then I gotta go because I know I didn't even care what the Federal Reserve did at all. In fact, what's dogelon Mars doing? Yeah, no real change. So I actually sold half of my dog longs because somebody on YouTube today sent me a link to a video by Tech Lead, who has like 1.17 million subscribers, and was the former developer at Google for something. Basically, he knows everything about computer programming that you could possibly know. All right, he's like the top programmers in the world. I would have to assume so because you're a computer coding lead at Google. All right, so you probably know a lot about computer programming. So basically, he broke down that dogelon Mars is actually doing wash trading, where the developers or the owners of this token are buying their own token and selling it and buying it again and reselling it and on and on and on to artificially inflate the 24-hour volume. Basically, they're doing what they do in politics, right, which is manufacture consent. You know, your botnets, your fake likes, your fake subscribers, your fake social media indicators, etc., etc. And then Twitter is kind of like the same thing. So it does. Now I have been watching this. So the likes and retweets and even the follower counts does seem to be going up slowly. So it does look very natural. But again, it could all be manufactured. I can't rule anything out. So I got a little nervous. It was already down like minus 20% to like the 1,400 sub-satoshis. So as well as on the other hand, I was like, I could still make a lot of money. Like I calculated, if this thing could somehow reach like 100,000 or 200,000 satoshis of a dollar, I'd have like a couple $1 million. Like so I don't want to completely exit this. But on the other hand, I know for a fact this is a scam coin. I even said it when I first talked about it. But I felt that the risk was still worth the reward. So obviously I've reduced my risk by selling half of this and then just buying Shiba Inu. So that's basically what I did. If you don't have a small amount of money, elon, dogecoin, musk, Mars, or whatever, and you still want to be in it, yeah, that's probably fine. Just know that this is still a very high risk trade because this is totally a scam coin. All right. I mean, if you just look at their shitty looking website here, right? I mean, that's kind of a problem. And they don't seem to be doing any development. At least Shiba Inu eventually started developing a website, creating their own DeFi platform, etc. That's what I mean by development. Just do something, right? Don't just do marketing hype. And right now, that's what dogelon Mars is doing. So that again, that's the risk. All right, so Bitcoin searches for this week are even lower than ever before. Retail normies just simply don't care about Bitcoin, like at all, which is crazy because Bitcoin's basically at its all-time high. This is extremely bullish. Yeah, there is more and more evidence every day that crypto is going to run for at least another 6 months, just like Plan B said. Right? Ethereum is now going to all-time new highs at 46.31. Binance Coin is coming up, right? It's coming back. Solana's on a rip and tear, right? Bitcoin is still trying to reclaim its all-time high, right? Getting pretty close. And then Dogecoin and Shiba Inu are still, like right now, the meme coins and Dog are still taking a nap, which is fine. Which is why I'm still willing to tolerate dogelon Mars, right? Because yeah, this thing is down, not as bad as before, but that's also, look at Dogecoin Shiba, they're also down. So remember, when one of these idiots go up, and then the rest of them go up too. But when one goes down, the rest go down too. Right, now that things are evening out. Yeah. So overall, it looks like crypto's doing very well too, with some coins doing much better than others. Fine by me. Yeah, even buy Bitcoin interest has gone down on Google Trends this week too. So very, very bullish for us. We're sitting pretty. Okay, so stock markets are doing all right. I don't care about precious metals. Crude oil is down a lot of money. It's now slightly below 80 bucks. Wow. A minus 5% drop in crude oil. And the markets and crypto still did well despite that. Okay. Since we're not going to be watching Greg videos, I want to know what the Fed actually did. Mara and Riot. Well, first time in a while that I've seen Riot go up above Mara in terms of daily percent change. That's incredible. Okay, so dollar index slightly down. What did bond yields do today? They sold off. They really sold off. Okay. 92.1. So still not bad. All right. Because I actually kind of need to go because I've been reading the marketing course. I mean, listening to the marketing course. I haven't done any coding. Yeah. Since yesterday actually. And I would like to try to finish the coding today, but I don't know. My brain is just kind of overloaded right now. Oh, that's another reason why I don't want to like go to the protest too, especially if they might do something illegal inadvertently. It's because I got so much work to do, and like this is God's purpose for me is to work on this thing. Going to the protest and then getting arrested isn't exactly helpful to that. Actually, it's harmful. So, but again, let's just we'll just have to see what Saint Nick is up to. Stock market news, live updates. Okay. In light of substantial further progress the economy has made toward committee goals, the committee decided to begin reducing the monthly pace of its net asset purchase by $10 billion for Treasury securities and $5 billion for agency mortgage-backed securities. So they're actually pulling back a little bit on their asset purchases. Beginning later this month, the committee will increase the total of Treasury securities by at least $70 billion per month and of agencies by $35 billion. By 60 and 30, and then they're going to reduce that to 60 and 30 billion respectively in December. With tapering and announcement now made, the bigger question for has begun: will the Fed begin to raise interest rates? Okay, and I know Greg Manarino said he's going to. Okay. All right, so that's really what the that's what the decision was. The Fed is just going to slightly taper what their whatever. Yeah, it's his token taper. Yeah, his video's not out yet. Okay. Oh yeah.
What's up, buddy? What are you doing?
I'm trying to think. It looks like a pig, but I mean his head is like a pig, but it's got like spots and stuff. I used to know what the name of this animal was.
What's up, buddy?
It's not a boar. He doesn't have a tusk. It could be a form of pig. Javelinas? Oh, it's called a javelina. Don't call me pig, a javelina story. That's so funny. A lot of javelina, a herd of javelinas in Rome. Also very tasty. Yeah, they do look like they would taste very good. So I guess if you love pork, you would probably like eating a javelina. Or it's a kind of peccary. Oh my god, I love this pig. Oh, and this is my thing. Yeah, because I still want to hold dogelon Mars, right? Because normally if they would do a rug pull, they would have done it, but now but they overcame the most difficult part of like their little scam, right? And they're like basically they were at one point top like number 84 in CoinMarketCap. So I mean, you really don't want to just throw that all away, you know? So, all right. Anyway, so Greg doesn't have his video out. I kind of want to really listen to what he has to say, and I got a lot of work to do. So today is Wednesday. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow. Again, very good sign that crypto and even the stock markets are doing pretty well despite the Fed's, token taper from today, quote unquote. Because they're still buying a lot of assets. They're just slightly reducing how much they buy. So also, I kind of just ate food, so I'm kind of sleepy. And of course, Ethereum's hitting all-time new highs. So all this stuff is going to go up, right? So Ledger X has actually gotten bought out by FTX. So now it's just FTX. And I sold puts against Bitcoin for a strike price of 68,000. So I'm already in profit in that trade because Bitcoin's at 63 grand essentially, and I have until Friday. So, and again, I don't care if it gets called because, because I know that Bitcoin's going up. So as long as it goes up above my break-even price, which in my case was $62,200 for Bitcoin, yeah, I keep my profit is the premium minus whatever the cost of my Bitcoin's gonna eventually be, or when I resell it. So yeah, it's looking good. Oh, of course, before we end it, let's take a look at Plan B because it's got a couple things here. Oh, shocked by the policies of our government. Sure. Okay. Relative strength index is 72. Bitcoin is looking strong. Strong. Okay. 72, 95. So when 2017 hit, it went as high as 96. 2013 to 2014, we also had this. So if I had to guess, whatever Bitcoin's at when this RSI hits, 90 or above. Yeah. What does the red dot mean? Is there any indicator of a red dot? Distance from all-time high. 1 equals all-time high. Oh, okay. So all-time high, and then boom, crash. Record high. Holy shit, yeah. The strength of Bitcoin is going to be insane. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, basically these red dots are just going to be all red dots. Like going forward. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Alright, I'll see everyone tomorrow. I've got a lot of work to do. So, thanks for watching. I'm going to actually try to... I know I always say this, but I'm going to just keep saying it until I can try it. But I'm going to try to pull back on the political stuff. Because it's just disgusting. Because I know nothing's going to happen or change, right? Because because Youngkin and whatever. I mean, they're all Republican establishment hacks. So, I'm just sick and tired of the grifters, man. I'm just sick and tired of it, Like, what I'm doing is more valuable. What Bryson Gray's doing is more valuable. What St. Nick is doing is more valuable. Right? And nobody's basically fucking supporting any of us. So, yeah. Alright, anyway, see you all tomorrow.